In this animation, our goal was to see how magnetic field comes up through the surface of the sun and what effect it has. We start by looking down on the surface of the sun, and we see a pattern of bright and dark regions. The bright regions are where it's hot, and the dark lanes around them are where that gas has cooled off and starts being pulled back down by gravity and goes back down into the interior of the sun. And then perspective dives below the surface of the sun. We're looking at the magnetic structures. What we see are visualizations of the current, and we also see field lines tracing the structure of the magnetic field. And we see that it starts off as a sort of large loop, which then breaks up into sort of little finer structures as it's rising up towards the surface. It's actually being brought to the surface by two effects. One is that it's buoyant, so it's floating up to the surface. And the other is that it's in one of these rising hot fluid columns, which is carrying it up to the surface. The convection itself is bringing it up to the surface, but it's also breaking it down into much finer structures. So as it gets near the surface, and the convection itself develops these much finer structures, you see it then coming up, and it has all of this fine filigree kind of pattern as it comes through the surface. Because it was part of this large loop of magnetic field, it has these legs which are going way down deep into the sun, and they stay there. That's what forms the active regions where you get the sunspots. It has become dark because the magnetic field in these legs has inhibited the convection from carrying heat to the surface, so it has cooled off. And when it cools off, it becomes darker.